Hi everybody and welcome to Ages Cozy Crochet Corner. So today I'm bringing you the Doris Pocket Shawl. It's a part of my Doris collection in memory of my grandma. And this right here, I absolutely love it. So I made the scarf. If you haven't seen the Doris scarf, check out that video. And after doing that, I had to bring it into a pocket shawl because I love this pattern. So much texture. It's only going to be a few rows repeat, and you're going to get this lovely, lovely piece. And it works in so many different colors because I made it in so many different colors. I also wanted to show you Valerie. Valerie is wearing the shawl without the pockets, and it works great even without the pockets. So we're going to get right to the tutorial, be it with pockets or without. I'm gonna show you how to make this. So let's get to the table. Okay, getting into materials. We are using right now for this one, Red Heart Super Saver, and this color is Real Till. And there's about 300, well, there is 364 yards here. So I'm using three of these. Um, it takes about three of these to finish this pocket shawl. Now, the only other one I've been using mostly with this is Burnett Super Value. It also takes three of these. This yarn is 440 yards. So clearly there will be some left over, depending on how many tassels, how much tassels, if you want to do tassels, your if you want to change the pattern, then I would always suggest to have one extra, just in case you decide to change anything. So this is what I have left after I've made the whole complete piece. I just have to do one more pocket, which we're going to work together. Um, just to give you an idea of how much is left over. There won't be too much here. Once we do our tassels, we're done. So if you want to increase size, always have extra yarn. All right. We're using a 5.5 millimeter hook. And like I said, this pattern is really, really simple with a 7-row repeat. So this is one of our pockets, okay? This is one of the pockets. It's going to sit like this. So I decided to go ahead and show you the pattern with making the next pocket, okay? So we're going to work the pattern for the whole piece with the pocket. The number that you're going to chain for the whole entire piece is going to be 234 plus 3. Do not forget the plus 3. 234 plus 3. Okay, and remember this pattern works in multiples of 6. So if you want to change anything, you can change it. You can just keep making sixes until you crocheting chaining sixes until you get to the desired length that you want. Just make sure you put that plus 3 on the end of it, okay? Now, because we're going to we're making this exactly like the pattern. I'm just leaving out technically two of the rows of cables because it's going to have 4 rows of cable. So we're going to begin, and this is, remember, the instructions for the pocket as well, okay? So I'm going to put this off to the side. We're going to chain 30 plus 3. So 33. One, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then our 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay. So now that we've chained our 33 for our pocket. We're going to skip the first one on our hook, the first chain after our hook, and we're going to go into the second. So we're going to yarn over, we're skipping this one, and we're going into the second one, and we're going to make a half double. And we'll be making half doubles down this whole foundation chain. Okay, so yarn over, go into the next hole, pull up, yarn over, and take off all three off your hook. Yarn over, going in, pulling up your yarn, and taking off all three. Yarn over, go on the hook, pull up, and take off all three. Yarn over, go in the hole, grab your yarn, and take three off of your hook. And we're going to be going down the whole line like this. So go to the edge of your work, end of, scratch that, come back again. Go to the end of your foundation chain with your half doubles, and I'll see you right back. Okay, so I've got to the end of my piece. Now remember, we started with 33. We skipped one when we started at the beginning. So this should have 32 half doubles. Okay, you should have 32 half doubles. So we're gonna, now this is for your pocket. If for your original piece, we chain 234 plus 3, so we should have 236, okay, for our piece. Chain 1, we're going to turn our work, yarn over. Now we're going to be going right back into that first stitch. We're not going to skip a stitch. That chain 1 does not hold any weight as far as any of the stitches, okay? It just helps to make everything even. So we're not going to be going into the front of our stitches right here. We're going to turn our work slightly so we can see the top of our work, and we're going to be going into this space right here and just going through the back loops only and making our half doubles. So we're just going through back loops only and making our half doubles. Back loop only. So we're yarning over and turning our work so we can see the top. And just going through the back loops. Now this whole piece will be worked only in the back loops from here on out. So for every row you have, you're just working in the back loop. Now what this row we're doing right now with the half doubles, back loop only, we're going to have a total of 6 rows of half doubles. Okay. Back loops only. So I'm going to go to the end of this. And quicken my speed up a little bit. And so we're going to have, like I said, 6 rows of half doubles and the back loop only. The only thing is the last one in this row. We will not be going through the end, just the back loop only. We will be going through both loops. So the beginning of each row, you're chaining 1 before you turn, and the end of every row, you're going through both loops, not just the back loop. So this is the last one. we're going to go through both loops. Okay, so you have 2 loops there. And chain 1 and turn. So now I have 2 rows. I'm going to go right in that first stitch, back loop only. I'm working on my 3rd row of half doubles, and we're going to carry this out till we have 6 rows of half doubles. Just remember, back loops only, except for the last stitch in the row. And you see what it does, we left the front loops there, so it gives it a nice little definition. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to go to my 6th row and finish on up, and then we'll bring in our cable rows. Okay, so I've come to the last stitch in my row of 6 half doubles, and just remember that goes through both loops on the end. Chain 1 and turn your work. So now we're going to start our cable stitch row. The first stitch is going to be a half double, still in the back loop only in that first stitch. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to reach the cables, they're worked over 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So we'll be referring to 6 stitches. Okay, all the way down here. Okay, I'm going to keep working in sets of 6, and we should have 5 of them in this row. So we want to skip the first, the second, and the third stitch, and in the 4th stitch, which is here, still in the back loops, we want to yarn over twice, and we're going to make a treble stitch right here in the back loop of the 4th stitch. And that's take off 2, yarn over, take off 2, and yarn over, take off 2 more. So we're going to yarn over 2 more times, and we're going to work into the 5th stitch, back loop only. We're going to take off 2, take off 2, and take off 2 again. Yarning over 2 times, we're going to work a treble stitch into the 6th stitch. Take off 2, take off 2, and take off 2 again. Yarning over 2 times, we're going to reach behind those 3 trebles we just made, and come around to the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd stitch that we skipped. We're going to go into the first one first, and then I turn my work kind of slightly to the back, and I want to take off 2, take off 2, take off 2 again. So again, we're going to reach behind the 3 trebles we made, so we can make a treble into the 2nd stitch that we skipped. Back loop only. Take off 2, take off 2, and take off 2 more. So we're reaching around back again. We're going to find that 3rd stitch we skipped. We're going to go in the 3rd stitch we skipped, and we're going to take off 2, take off 2, and take off 2 again. And we have our first cable. These 3 and these 3 cross behind the, and it's just like that. Okay, so yarning over twice. Remember, we're working with the next set of 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, we're skipping, and the 4th one we're going to go in to the back loop only, grab our yarn and pull up. And we're going to take off 2, yarning over, take off 2, yarning over, take off the last 2. So working in the 5th stitch, back loop only, we want to make another treble. And the 6th stitch, we want to make another treble. So now we're going to be working on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, reaching around back. We want to go into the first one that we skipped and make our treble. Reaching around back again, we want to go into the 2nd stitch that we skipped, back loop only, and make our treble. And the last treble in this set, we go back and find the 3rd one that we skipped. Mm-hmm. 3 in the back, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Okay. So our next set of 6, 1, 2, 3, we will go into the 4th one, back loop only, and make our treble. And the 5th one, and make another treble. And the 6th one. Okay. Now we want to yarn over, go in the back, and we want to get the ones we skipped. Reach in the back, going into the 2nd one we skipped, making a treble, yarning over twice, and in the front, going in the back to grab the 3rd one. So we're going to skip, moving on to the next set of 6, 1, 2, 3. We're going into the 4th one, back loop only, and we're going to make our treble. And the 5th one, okay. Now we want to go behind our work and find the 1st one, back loop only, and take off 2 more and take off 2 more. Reaching around back, we find the 2nd one, and reaching around back, we find the 3rd one that we skipped, back loop only, and make our last treble in that set. Now this is our last set, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, make a treble. Make your next treble and yarn over. We're going to reach behind that, and we're going to find the 1st one we skipped. Take off 2, take off 2, take off 2 more. And we're going to find the 2nd one we skipped. And we're going to find the 3rd one we skipped. And now we're only going to yarn over once, because we're going to go in the last stitch, and that's going to be a half double. just like the beginning stitch. And remember, we're going through both loops. Chain 1 and turn your work. Completed our row of cable stitches, and that is the end of the repeat. So we're going to go back into making 6 rows of half doubles, back loop only, and then we'll go back into making another cable. Now I want to make sure we understand where to place and how to place all of our stitches on our cable row, because in the middle it seems like they sit on top of each other because they're behind each other, but you just have to fan them out. Okay, there's no stitches lost here. You just fan them out to make sure you catch all 6 stitches. Okay, so in our first one we'll put our half double, and we're going to half double all the way down in our back loops only. Remember, the whole pattern is back loops only. And we just want to make sure we're getting all 6 in that cable. Remember, our number will not change from the beginning to the end. We will have the same amount of stitches on every single row. So if you need to, just fan it out so you see the space in between. You don't skip any stitches. Alright, just pull it apart. If you have to stick your little finger behind in between there, just to make sure you see them all. And this is the last stretch here. And make sure you put a half double on the end, both loops, chain 1, and turn our work. All right, so that was the first of going back into the repeat, starting like here. So I need to put 5 more rows of half doubles, and then we'll come back into our cable row. Okay, so I'm going to my last stitch, and my 6 rows of half doubles, chain 1, and turn my work. Now I'm going to begin my cables again. Remember, the first thing in the cable row is a half double in the back loop only. I'm going to yarn over 2 times. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and in the back loop of the 4th stitch I'm going to make a treble. And in the 5th stitch, another treble. And another treble in the 6th stitch. Yarning over, reaching behind my work, and I'm going to go in the 1st stitch missed, yarning over, I'm going to go in the 2nd stitch missed, and yarning over. I'm going in the third stitch mixed. And I'm going to keep working with the set of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to skip the first, the second, the third, and the fourth, and go in the fourth stitch, and then the fifth one. So I'm going to keep going down my row making my clusters. I only have 5 clusters for the pockets. If you are already on the long shawl portion, then you have way more to do. After a while, it becomes second nature, flipping it over, getting that last stitch. Sometimes I just grab it right from the back. Instead of going in between, I just pull it back and get the stitch this way. Show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth one, treble, fifth one, treble, sixth one, treble. Now to get the ones in the back, sometimes I reach around back and look here, because you can see them. It's the first, the second, and the third stitch here. So sometimes I just grab it from back here, if that makes it easier for someone. Just pull that back and grab it from the back if it's easier for you to just see it totally from the back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and go in the fourth one. Oh, wait, I lost. I'm gonna make sure you wrap that twice, because that's what I just did not do. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now my last stitch, I'm going to go in and put a half double in both loops. Okay, making sure I'm going through both loops. Chain 1, and now I just have to do my 6 rows of half doubles, and that would end off my pocket. Okay, so where's my other pocket? My 6 more rows of half doubles are going to end off my pocket. So 6 cable, 6 cable, and 6 more, and that's your pocket right there. Now, for the larger shawl piece, we're going to make 4 sets of the repeat. So we have one repeat, so you get to the cable, then a second one with the cable, a third cable row, and then the fourth cable row, and then we'll end off with 6. All right, so here's our bigger piece and our bigger pattern. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 cables. So you're going to work that repeat all the way to your 4th cable, and then you're going to put on 6 more of the 6 more rows of the half doubles back loops only. Now, if you do not work in your back loops, you will not get the detail and this texture that's here. So make sure you work everything in your back loops only. And our pocket pieces, as you see, they work in just like everything else. We just only did 2 rows of we just repeated it twice for 2 rows of cable instead of more than that. And if you want your pocket either taller and deeper, then again the pattern works in multiples of 6, so you would just add 6 more to get that number that you want. So with the pockets, I'm going to show you how to place down sew down your pocket. Pocket placement is going to depend on where you would like your pocket to go. And with the pockets, I wound up after I completed it, I went back and I didn't want to put any kind of border or anything on my pockets. So when you're done, I didn't want to put anything extra on the top of my pocket. So when I was finished with my pockets, I was finished. The only thing you can do extra if you want to is when you're finished going up to the your last row, just keep going across and putting one single crochet just along the tops of your pocket if you would like to do that. I have somewhere I've done that and somewhere I didn't do it. Uh, I don't know if it made a difference. I didn't really feel as though it did, but I'm just giving you that um, giving you that information. When you're done with your pockets, if you want to do something extra on the top of it, that's fine. I kind of wanted them to blend in with the piece, so I didn't do anything extra, but a row of single crochet across the top will be fine. Just one in each space. So each half double space, just one on down, nothing major. If you choose to do that, I'm not going to do that on this one. So, mm, mm, mm. Let me get my yarn needle. And if you have a yarn needle, grab that now. We will use this to sew down our pockets using the color that we're already working on. So let me grab that and get this all stringed up and let's sew down the pocket. Okay, so I have gotten my yarn needle and I have my color that I am working with on it. Now with this color on top of this color, you can see my pocket here. It makes it slightly difficult to see. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what to do when laying down your pocket. Today I do have pins. And if you watch me, you know that I rarely bring pins to the table. Um, but again, because the color is so well blended and the pattern that's on the pocket is pretty much the same as the piece, I want to make sure I do not screw this up. So pocket placement. So we have a cable here, right? And here. So I'm deciding to go right above that cable. Okay. So I'm going to start pinning at the bottom. Now with the sides, this is cable right here. So I'm deciding to place this on the edge of that cable. So what I do here, I then have to do on the other side because I want my pocket to be even. So the same place I put it on that side, I have to put it over here. Now I want to start my pocket here at the top. Before I start my pocket, I tend to make sure my yarn is on and secure. So I come down a little bit and make sure you have enough yarn to go around this whole piece. I know I went a little bit overboard, so I know I'll have enough to go around the whole piece. So I want to make sure this is secure before I even start. Now, once I have my yarn secured, I'm simply going in and out as if I was sewing with my yarn needle. And we're going to go around the whole pocket just like this. So that's it. That's placement and how to. So make sure you put your pocket on really, really tight and well. All right. And you're going to go around your whole piece from the top, making sure you hit your corners all the way to the end and all the way up back to this portion. And that's it on your pocket placement and securing it down. Now, if you want to do tassels, I'm going to show you how to work your tassels. You're going to take whatever color you want, be it the color you're already working on, and you're going to find something that you want the size of your tassels to be. So I'm choosing to do this because this is the size I want my tassels. So I'm going to just wrap this around, be it you use a CD case or cardboard or whatever it is that you like to use to make tassels. Just choose your own personal length and just wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it. I'm deciding to have a lot of tassels on here, so I'm going to do a lot of wrapping. Of course, I have finished doing everything else I needed to with my yarn, so I know I'm free, and this is how much yarn I have left. So I know I'm free to do as many tassels as I want, and I'm choosing to do a lot, but I think I'll stop there. So once we're finished wrapping, we're just going to cut that at the bottom. Slide this out the way. And we're going to grab all of this. And we're going to cut at the bottom. Okay? Gives us nice even tassels. Now I think I'm going to take two. Yeah, take two. Now I am going to place mine on the ends to start. Now wherever you want your tassels to be, that's where you're going to put your hook. Then you're going to grab your tassels and pull it through. Go through the hole, grab your yarn, and now pull your yarn through. I'm going to grab some more, and I'm going to place where I want my tassel to be. Grab my yarn, pull it through. Take my fingers, reach through the circle, and pull my yarn tight. So I want tassels here. I'm going to put my hook in there, fold my yarn, grab, and pull through. Reach through, grab this, and pull it tight. And that's how you put your tassels on. So of course, as many tassels wherever you want, how many you want. If you want more than that on each one, just remember for every one you do, it's going to double when you fold it, right? So just remember that. And pull it through. And just make sure you pull it tight and secure it down. And those are your tassels, okay? So I'm going to finish putting tassels on it. Finish going around this pocket. And I'm going to show you how the end result to this one turns out, okay? Okay, everybody, so we've come from the table. We have made our pocket shawls. I absolutely love it. I hope you love it too. This is a great wear, and even though I already have pocket shawl videos, if you want to see some more, you can check them out on my channel. This one is definitely super cozy. It's perfect for this time of year. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you follow me on my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe. As always, love you, and see you next time on the corner.